My name is Aco Momčilović. I will be today moderator of this second webinar in this year about artificial intelligence in project management. I'm very glad that there is really a high number of people and obviously a lot of interest in this topic, and I would say with a very good reason. So we are going to have three segments today, and we are going to have three lectures. Basically, after me, you are going to hear two very interesting lectures, and I will be some kind of, let's say, warm up for our colleagues today. And what I wanted to share with you, first of all, this is my short CV in which I'm not going into the details, not to spend too much time. You only can see here highlighted my LinkedIn profile. If we are not connected, be free to connect on LinkedIn. I'm going to share also my email in one of the slides later. So definitely this is a good opportunity then to connect and to continue the conversation. And as you're going to see, there are going to be more than a few very good reasons and very good topics in which we can collaborate and discuss in the future. What I wanted to share in the next few minutes today from my side is the following. First, we had very recently IPMA initial AI survey, and you are going to be basically the first people who are going to get only the first results, some of the results that we collected in the survey. You're going to get information about how to get the rest of the information. The second thing is also thanks to the collaboration with our colleagues from India. So we are going to search for confirmation different project management use cases that I'm just going briefly to go through, and then ask you maybe to also kind of to comment and to get connected. And then the third topic, it is going to be only one slide. It's something called like housekeeping, AI special interest groups, plans and announcements, what we had this year, what we are doing, and what we are planning to do the next year. I'm here in the dual role, so it's the moderator, but also the organizer, the global head of artificial intelligence special interest groups. So I was thinking that it is a good opportunity then to share this information with you, but also to invite you to contribute if you find that it is possible and if you think that it is interesting for you. So to go through those three topics that I mentioned. First of all, in the first part of the year, I think that probably many of you participated. We had initial AI survey, the relatively, I would say, short survey, but very interesting to see and to assess what is the opinion, what is the experience about our members. We are doing it exclusively with our members, connected with the topic that is obviously gaining significant importance in the last few years and which we are going to speak about more today. So we had initial AI survey. This is, I'm going to show you maybe just the three slides with some of the results and to thank you all who participated. So regarding the responders, you can see that 25% are having the title of project managers, 90% senior project managers, some miscellaneous positions, project directors, but also program managers, portfolio managers. And you can see here their experience, and this is something that was maybe even a little bit surprise for me, because I was very happy to see that we get the insights from, I would say, quite experienced people, quite experienced professionals. So almost 60% of them had 15 plus years of experience, and additional 16% had something between 11 and 15. So I would say definitely very respectable group of people who are participating in the survey and sharing with us their insights. Why we are speaking about artificial intelligence and why more and more people are joining this special interest group is basically condensed in this slide. So you can see the answers here. How would you rate your current knowledge of artificial intelligence and its applications specifically in the project management? And only about 5% of people said that their knowledge is very high, and additional maybe 20-something% said that it is relatively high. So those are the people who we want to collaborate and exchange information even further. But all of the others, and it's basically 3/3, no, 3/4 of our responders said that it is like medium, low, or very low. So definitely then this is giving us the reason. So, okay, there is a room for improvement here. There is a room for additional educations and to get them included in what we are doing and what we plan to do next year. And just maybe one additional point, what we asked them, are they using artificial intelligence tools? So currently existing tools that are available, and we know that this landscape is obviously changing on a monthly basis. So are they using it already? And 23% said that yes, they are. And basically you can see 42 said that they're not using it, or 35 just a little bit. So they tried, they played maybe just with a few tools, maybe something like ChatGPT, but this is not their, I would say, something that they're using frequently or on a daily basis. So this is the information that we found very insightful and that we decided to build upon our future efforts. The results are going to be published very soon. The full report with all the results, it was something between 12-13 questions, their interpretation and some kind of, let's say, action points that we want to take. I'm not going to give you a date, but probably somewhere in the next week or two, we are going to have it finished. It is in the design department, and we are going to have it publicly announced and published. So all of you who are interested in checking the results, be sure that you're going to have it on your tables probably very soon. And as I mentioned, the results are, I think, very interesting and giving us the good basis for the future actions. The second part, and I will thank my colleagues also from India, is the proposal to do this. So obviously we are in the time when we are able to collect or to identify different use cases, right? And I'm going to mention it in the next slides, some of them. But basically, we would like to compare between different countries, between different experts, and kind of to do some of those things. So there are like 3 things that it would be great if the IPMA globally would be able to do so, to identify and engage with interested persons having a direct involvement and direct experience in some of the projects that are using artificial intelligence, collecting information about quantitative benefits accruing from the implementation of these AI packages. So it would be also good to compare, because from the different countries and the different reports, we are getting data that is not completely similar, of course, which is quite normal. So it would be good to measure basically the impact of those projects and how they change because of artificial intelligence. And also, as a third point, to gather and compare a lot of data. So, for example, pre-implementation strategies, implementation approaches that are used, and maybe even to think of creating, based on those use cases, some templates for the future project, for the future project managers that we can share them internally. So basically, those are, I'm going to give you just the brief overview. All of those 4 segments have their sub-segments, but not to waste too much time. You can see here, for example, leveraging artificial intelligence for preventive analysis of project delays. That was done in Skanska. You have an example of enhancing quality control through computer vision, case that was done by Bechtel. Or you have optimizing resources with artificial intelligence scheduling, that was also tested in DPR construction, and of course many other companies, but this is exactly what we want to compare. And the final one, energy efficiency optimization through artificial intelligence. It was done by Mortensen Construction, again many other companies, and all of those segments are having then specific use cases that are under this umbrella. So definitely a lot of things already going on, and some of them you're going to hear in our next lectures. So what I would like to invite all of you who are here, and I can see that it is currently around 200 people, is basically to connect and share, connect between yourself, or connect with us, connect with the IPMA leadership. You can see here my email address. Again, you can see here my LinkedIn profile to which we can connect. And I would especially like to connect and to thank our colleague from India, Vishal Narayandar, who started this initiative and who said, okay, we are definitely having a lot of reports. It would be good kind of to corroborate them, to get confirmation from the different sources, different countries, and the different experts, which I definitely agree is a good idea and the foundation for the future actions about from the IPMA and the SIG. And as I mentioned in the last very short point, some announcements. So as I said, the initial AI survey report is going to be finished and published by the end of the year, maybe even in the next few weeks. What we are also doing, and there is a room to get included, I'm creating with a set of companies who are specialized in different sub-segments, something that is called AI Ethics Codex for project managers that we are going then to propose to the leadership of the organization, and then to see if they're going to accept it again as some kind of official guiding document about how our members, how the project managers should approach usage of artificial intelligence tools in project management. What we were already now discussing is the AI Special Interest Group webinar number 3, and probably it's going to be in the first part of 2025, maybe even in January. Again, this is a good time to thank our lecturer Mila Aranta, who is also involved in the organization and recommendation of the lecturers. But also this goes to all of you if you have some good use cases, good experience, something that you would like to share or to connect with people and organizations who are doing a fantastic job in this field. Don't be shy to connect with us. The fourth thing is something that we were discussing internally for some time now, so I'm just going to leave it here on the table for you. It is something that has a code name IPMA Visionary Project Management. So to create something like project management AI tool that would be available for all our members. It is a little bit bigger project, maybe with certain level of complexity, but definitely we already now have idea of some building blocks, how we would start it, and maybe even to finish it in the next year, because I think that this is going to be something very useful if it is possible for us to do it. So again, if you have any interest in this part, if you think that you can contribute, I'm just going to repeat myself from the previous slides. Let's get connected, let's get in touch, and then let's discuss what can we do. And the point number 5 is, of course, open question to you. If you have any kind of requests, ideas about what you would like to hear in the next webinars, how would you want to get engaged more, this is definitely a good opportunity for you to reach out and to share your comments. So, respecting the time, I think this was exactly 15 minutes that I planned to have in the beginning as a warm-up for other lectures. I'm going to stop my screen share, and I'm going to give the virtual microphone to first Mila, and then after her to Miko. So be free to take the stage.
Thank you, Aso, and really interesting results on the study. Looking forward to the full report on it.
Thanks.
I'm glad to see there's so many of you on the line. My name is Milla Ranta, and I'm going to talk about the processes and competencies enabling the AI use in project management. I come from Finland, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a change professional, and to put it really shortly, I'm doing sustainable development in project operations and in leadership. Okay, so I mentioned you need to prioritize this transformation on a strategical level because as leaders, we cannot just keep stacking new change on top of already existing and ongoing change. That is not sustainable if we think about our people, and that's not also getting us actual results that we are aiming for. Also, in the very beginning, you need comprehension on how you are running your operations at this very moment. So what effort, what energy you are investing, and what output and what impact are you expecting to get for that. And in addition to organizational level, also the individuals in your organization will need this comprehension because to get the change actually done, each individual needs to change in a way. So change happens one individual at a time. Then we, of course, need these competencies and processes that I'm going to go through in more details just in a moment. Then there is this IT piece also that is actually just one piece in this big puzzle, but at the moment it is getting the most attention in the markets, which is of course understandable because I can see that so many of us, AI is really trending right now. And of course, companies are trying to make good business with it by producing a lot of AI tools you can buy. But I think you could spend all the money you have on all the tools without getting the benefits that you are going for if you don't include your people in this transformation. And that is also the reason why transformation is the last keyword on this page. I think if we consider or think about, reflect backwards the recent years, the rhythm of the world has transformed faster and faster. So we need to change something to make the work life sustainable again. So that is the way to have real impact for your development efforts. Then let's talk a little bit about processes. Processes might not sound that interesting, but they are really crucial when we talk about AI and this transformation. I recommend that you include at least your governance model, and this means including or considering your yearly planning processes. How do you budget? How do you do your yearly planning? How do you steer? How do you make decisions? And so on. It also includes the talent management and the people management. Then we have the project operation specific processes. And on the highest level, you should have the portfolio processes. Basically, that is the governance model for your project operations. So your yearly resourcing, how do you prioritize your projects? How do you steer? How do you manage the priority of your projects in your organization? How do you manage the cumulative risks and dependencies there? Then if you are doing professional level programs, you might have separate process for that too. And then I guess many of you already have the processes for single project level. And with AI, we should also include the task level processes. I would include at least the ones that you are using same resources as in projects. For example, some development work is not projectized, but you are using the same resources, so that makes them relevant for these processes too. And why are the processes so important? And why should you really already in the beginning pay attention to these? At this moment and in the near future, I think there are great opportunities for benefits in project operation level, on organizational level, use of AI. And that's basically automating those points in your processes where your people interact with your project management data. And if you are not aware what information, how it should flow in between these processes and what quality criteria there is for this information, we might just end up speeding up the chaos and production of misinformation. And that is something that I believe we don't want to do. Then we come to the competencies. And my recommendation would be that you provide your whole staff, your whole personnel, with at least the general understanding what is AI and what are the most relevant applications if you consider your operations at this very moment. And of course, really importantly, how to safely use AI and what tools are your employees allowed to use in their daily work. Then we have the project management skills, and now I don't mean the AI skills in project management, but how to professionally lead a single project, how to act as a member of a steering group, how to professionally own a project, or how to professionally manage a portfolio. Because if we as professionals don't know how the work should be done and how the output should look like, we most definitely cannot validate the input that AI tools are providing us with. So this is extremely important. And then, of course, we have the AI skills. And I think you will end up training a bigger group of your staff, at least with basic AI skills. And during that training and after it, you will identify those individuals that would require more deeper AI expertise in their work. And lastly, I would like to provide some tips for your journey. And if you don't yet have a project management office, PMO, now might be a great time to establish one. But however you will organize this transformation, you should definitely have a diverse team doing it, because you are transforming work of people and not machines. Then remember to make sure on strategical level that you will build space for learning and for change. Make sure there is small enough steps so that the people won't get overwhelmed with the change and you can all the time measure your progress. Have the courage to make decisions, so don't stay waiting too long, because you can adjust on the way. When you communicate, make your change about people and not just IT. And lastly, be ready to go overboard, because we live in an era of amazing opportunities for more sustainable work life. So we need to discover the paths that no one else has yet taken. So let's discover together. I would be happy to network and to connect with you all, and also to answer your questions after Mikko's presentation. That's all from me now.
Thank you, Mila. Thank you for your presentation and the insights that you provided. I would definitely have a lot of comments to things that you said, which I definitely agree. I think that the learning about AI fundamentals is something that is extremely important. Part of that we covered in our first webinar, and with the first presentation that I had it more than 6 months ago. But definitely a long way to go. By the way, I am organizing some courses right now that are covering with different lectures in let's say 20 hours the different AI aspects. So theoretically, if somebody is really keen to start learning about it, can contact me directly. I can share the information, but I didn't want to put anything here and today. In the meantime, there are two important things also to share. with the audience. First of all, we plan to have the last maybe 10 or 15 minutes for their questions and answers, right? So you're going to have the chance to participate. The second thing I noticed in your comments in the Q&A that our chat was not working. So it seems that I was able to allow it now. So it should be working now. So we can a little bit comment in the chat. But again, to remind you, if you have some questions, then better it's to write them down in the Q&A, because what we were thinking, if we are going to get a lot of questions and not enough time to answer some of them, it is possible without any promises, but we might try to pick up some questions, write the answers to them, and maybe publish them as some kind of document in the follow-up of the webinar. So basically, then you have two options. You have Q&A, where you can enter your questions for the last part, and then you have a chat in which we can also a little bit comment what we want. So Mila, thank you one more time, and then to give our microphone to Miko and to hear his also practical and useful presentation. Miko, please.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me today. I will share my screen.
It's working.
Yes, thank you. Here we go. So today I will demonstrate in practice some Microsoft Copilot AI features and use cases. So that's the idea today. Have kind of nice look up in practice what works. So my name is Mikko Sorsa. I'm senior consultant in the Finnish Microsoft partner Solu Digital, and feel free to contact me through LinkedIn. So the keyword is my last name, Sorsa, S-O-R-S-A, and actually Sorsa means wild duck in Finnish. So feel free to contact me. So during the next 15 minutes, we will go through in practice something about Microsoft Copilot AI licensing, something about some tips about prompting, and then in practice, how to use Microsoft new planner with premium features with Copilot. How about Excel with Copilot in project management point of view, shortly whiteboard and Teams meeting, and then PowerPoint with Copilot and kind of project management point of view. So that's the idea. So maybe some of you have been already tried to use Copilot. So Copilot in the Edge is free, Edge browser. But if you would like to use Microsoft IE, that is Copilot with your Microsoft 365 environment, for example, PowerPoint, Excel, Teams, Word, and so on, you need this $30 per month license. And one tip when your organization is buying the very first Copilot licenses, so it needs to warm up. So kind of warm-up phase begins in the organization after activating the very first user license. So then it will warm up and process the internal data in the organization. And additionally, it takes a couple of days for each new user after license activation to be able to use Copilot. So my tip is that when your organization starts to use Copilot, so then first activate the very first license and then wait a couple of more weeks and then activate more licenses and then wait a couple of days for each single user, so it will warm up. How about Copilot with Planner Premium? So it's separate individual license. So If you are a project manager and you would like to use Copilot with your project plans, so then you need separate license. So this $30 per month license includes both Planner with premium features and also Copilot Preview. How about when we ask Copilot to do something? So as we know, we can write prompts to ask Copilot to do something. For example, summarizing, editing, or transforming something. So it makes sense how we do prompting. For example, we would like to use some key elements here. For example, goal. What response we would like to want from Copilot, and then context. Why do we need that information? And then source. Which information sources or samples should Copilot use? For example, Word document or PDF or something. And then in the end, expectations. So how should Copilot respond to meet our expectations? So in practice, here are two prompts for the very same need. Write a blog post something, or write a blog post, and then we describe more what would it need. How about if I am project manager and I would like to create a new project plan, project schedule with some tasks, and in this demo example, I would create a new plan to modernize a factory equipment, and then I will tell in a prompt some background what I do need. So let's go to the demonstration. So here is my demo environment, and I have a planner app on the left side pane. So here is a new planner app on the Teams. So inside the Teams is planner app, and I am project manager, and I will create a new plan. So the basic plan has been here for years, and the new thing is the planner with premium features. And here I need a license. And by the way, there is 30 days trial available for free. So premium plan. And for example, my project plan could be called, for example, Orion, and create a new empty plan. And here in Microsoft Teams Planner app, I just created a new plan. And here is kind of empty paper. I'm able to fill in the tasks here. But today I will use Copilot prompt on the right-hand side, and I will type my prompt for creating a plan for modernization of factory equipment here. And Copilot is starting to generate a plan, creating some main tasks and subtasks for me. So instead of typing manually, so Copilot will build up my plan here. So I'm able to see the task list here, main tasks and subtasks, define scope, equipment assessment, technical research, budget, and so on, and then some more information about bucket and so on. And how about add some more tasks in the end? For example, add some task for planning a shared use vehicle for the staff. Okay, so again, a Copilot prompt here, some new tasks in the end. So this planner with premium features with Copilot preview added some more tasks in the end about shared use vehicle. So now I'm able to manually estimate some duration here in the duration column to the subtasks, just for this demonstration purpose. And then I would like to set some starting dates if needed, and then assign some team members here, for example, demo user or for example, this Sorsa user here, or my colleagues, some of my colleagues to the tasks. So I'm able to assign team member for every single task. And then I'm able to define schedule from the grid tab to the timeline tab. So here I'm able to kind of set some duration and also set some dependencies between tasks if needed, and move the tasks and do some scheduling, more scheduling here. So that's the idea. So on the Copilot pane, here are some kind of prompt ideas, how to create something, understand something. For example, make a list of highest priority work in this plan and so on. So I would like to ask, what are some ways to shorten project timeline? And after that, what task could be at the same time? So some examples. I will ask Copilot some information about, when I'm project manager, how to shorten timeline. It will collect information here. And it will tell me that it's possible to streamline process and effective communication and so on. And how about in practice, which task could be parallel? So kind of at the same time. So Copilot will analyze my plan. And then it suggests that some subtask could be at the same time defining and identifying and so on. So this is the idea how project manager would like to use Copilot. How about if I would like to have kind of portfolio view? So actually, yesterday, Microsoft announcing this kind of a portfolio view here. So I have some projects and some information. It's possible to set the status. This is one option to have portfolio view. Another option is to have kind of web view. So this is also out of the box, including the project for the web. And now it's called this planner with Primo features. So this is configurable. So I'm able to configure all the columns and metadata for every single project and in the whole environment. How about if I need some more information? Of course, it's possible to use some reporting, for example, Power BI reports, get out of the data from the Microsoft platform. But another possibility is to get out to the data to the Excel. So if I have some data inside the planner with premium features, so then I'm able to get data, of course, to the Power BI, but also to the Excel, to the data, get the data, Power Platform, and from Dataverse. So technically, all the data is located there. And here is information about the projects and information about all those single tasks here. And here is also Excel Copilot. So Home, and then Copilot, and then I'm able to analyze this data. For example, I would like to ask, tell me top 3 projects by impact. That is one meta information there, and total cost. Let's try. So I will have this prompt, and I will open my Excel, and here is all this project information, and I will type the question to the prompt, and it will analyze my table and then it will tell the result. So Mercury, Solar, and Venus projects and impact values, kind of KPIs, and then sum of total cost. So example of analyzing kind of portfolio data in Excel, for example. How about if I am project manager and I have a team? So where I have team meetings, of course, and then I would like to record my team meetings and use translittering to have kind of what everybody is saying. So this is one of my meeting recordings with my team members. So after a Teams meeting, I'm able to see who has said something, and then also in the text format. And then afterwards, I'm able to ask anything about this meeting. For example, one prompt could be create table of ideas about the meeting. What were my action items in the meeting? Memo in English about the meeting. So let's try that one. So in the Teams meeting, I'm able to ask something in the Teams Copilot, create table of ideas. So then the Copilot will go through the meeting. It could also go through the PDF and SharePoint information and everything. So now it will go through the meeting information, so idea, pros and cons, and so on. And how about if I would like to have a memo in English about that very meeting? So it will write a memo after the meeting, so agenda and all the phases and so on. And the new thing is that I could edit this memo in Pages. So if I click edit in Pages, so then I have kind of a page here. So I'm able to put this page to any kind of Teams chat, and all the team members could edit this memo together at the same time. In the end, a couple of more examples here. So Microsoft has many different co-pilots. One is also in the whiteboard. So it's possible to create a new whiteboard for brainstorming. So I could ask in Copilot to help me. For example, I would like to brainstorm my SIG project management marketing plan with my colleagues. So here is the kind of example for sticky notes, and then I could have brainstorming meeting with my team members and categorize those sticky notes as well if needed. And the very last example is about the PowerPoint. So in practice, I'm able to create a presentation from any given kind of document. So if I go to the PowerPoint.
Just be mindful about time, Mikko.
Yes, that's right. So the presentation, and then I will create Copilot and ask the create presentation from here. So then I'm able to kind of create presentation there. So it's possible to create presentation with any given document, and project manager for again give this to the steering group. So this is everything about me. Thank you.
Well, thank you Miko, and I would ask Mila also to join us with video here. I think it is very useful exactly to do that, to show the real usages of currently available tools, right? So I must say that, for example, Copilot is one of, I would say, widely known and used AI tools, right? Quite good product by Microsoft. On the other hand, of course, we as an organization are completely product agnostic, right? So it doesn't, for us, it's not important. We are not going to side with OpenAI or Microsoft or Google or Anthropic. And for everybody here, it would be good just to follow the existing tools you have. For example, from Anthropic, Claude and Sonnet, you have Google, even Meta developing their own models, and Apple also joined the battle. So definitely we are going to have the number of options that we could use. And I think that you showed some very, very interesting cases. What is even more important for me, continuing on your presentation, is that basically on each and every one of us is going to be to think about and find the ideas, the solutions in which we will use any of those tools, right? So this is going to be the main challenge in every profession, not only project managers, but to see what is your daily work, what are you spending most time working on, and then how any of those tools, whether it is Copilot or ChatGPT or some future models, how they are going to help you. Yeah. So with that having said, in the next few minutes, I'm opening the floor for the discussion. Be free to send them, and preferably, I can see some are in chat, but please send them into the Q&A. I think that
very
we
good
have
question about if we consider an AI transformation being more difficult in management point, achieving the goals compared to a non-IT transformation or initiative. And I would also like to share the answer that I already typed in the private chat over there. I would say that the AI transformation is not more difficult than any other transformation, but what is a really common pitfall in IT-related projects is that we lead them and manage them as simply IT projects, and we don't involve enough the people on the way. I mean, already starting in the very beginning, involve your people in it. So that is the main pitfall that you should avoid at any cost. So take your people with you in this AI transformation right away when you start it. So that is the best way succeeding and getting real impact there. And when I mentioned those competencies that you should provide your whole staff, no matter the role, at least the basic understanding in what is AI and how to safely use it in your organization, that will remove fear and obstacles for that transformation, and also it will have a positive impact on the general attitude towards AI transformation. So that is really important step. So no matter the role, include everybody with the basic understanding.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with what Mila said. Part of my job when I'm going into the companies and giving different AI-related education is exactly that. The implementation of AI is not so much technological project as it is the mind shift project. You need to implement the change management in the people and secure that they are kind of open-minded to do this change. So yeah, definitely there. I would agree with many things that you said. I noticed also one Constanta asked a few questions. One of them is in chat. Thank you for the questions. I think that they're all good. We are trying to we will try to answer some of them. So for example, the question is, should the AI or the interaction between AI and the people be in the central focus as we move forward in framing an approach to AI in IPMA? I think this is a good question to be discussed, right? So probably on the best questions here, we don't have straightforward or simple answers. I would say that on one side, artificial intelligence is going to be developed on a technological level, so we need to follow that. But at the same time, I would say in the short term, we will and should focus on this interaction between artificial intelligence tools and the people who are using it, right? So then this is again the strategic decision that should be done on the level of the organization. On us, everybody who is involved is just to kind of to present the available information and maybe our recommendations, but I think that it should be agreement from all of us. So as I said, short term, definitely interaction between us and the current AI tools. And in the longer term, it's hard to predict because we don't know how those AI agents are going to become autonomous in the next, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years. So probably a lot of those documents that we are creating today will have to be updated on the regular basis. I think that we have also one question that maybe Miko could answer. Is the it was about the usage of, I cannot find it now. Oh, you probably answered it. Okay, in the chat. Okay, how is Copilot treating confidential data? Is it possible to have it disconnected from the internet? Maybe just to give it in short also for all the others to hear it.
Yes, that's right. So thank you. So it's quite possible to have disconnect from the internet. So the Copilot idea is to use only kind of organization internal confidential data. So it's very secure.
There is also one very good comment from Fred Schroeder. I can see here in the comments. I will read it. So pity that you did not mention the tremendous risk using Copilot or the other AI-driven tools. I'm deeply convinced that PMs should not be dependent on or defined by artificial intelligence tools, but on experience and PM competence. I think that probably everybody here would agree with that. This is giving me maybe an idea, because it is obviously important and deep topic, right? So the risks of artificial intelligence and their tools. So we might consider even organizing one of the next webinar tackling directly that topic. I think that on one side we are all overwhelmed. I mean, I can say my name definitely with all the advancements and all the good things that are happening, but we should be extremely careful about the downside of artificial intelligence, the over-dependence, over-reliance, losing the human in the loop, and even some, I would say, very simple with air quotes problems. So just to give you an example, there was a recent study of I think it was ChatGPT, which they used in medicine, in the hospitals, right? So it was kind of transcribing what to do and summarizing what the doctors were writing and saying, right? So it was working reasonably good, but actually the statistics was like 99% correct, which is not bad in many fields. But in medicine, this 1% of the mistake can be difference between life or death, right? So if you write one sentence wrong in something that is connected with the medicine or with the health status of some person, it could be critical, right? So on the other side, this is definitely something that we need to follow up and to raise the awareness. And this is, of course, why I'm also having some specialized lectures about ethics of artificial intelligence and risks of artificial intelligence. But yes, Fred, I definitely agree, and thanks for the comment. And this is something that I want to kind of to raise also as a topic for all of our members present here. We need to be aware and follow the risks and the downsides of the AI tools.
And AI right now it's very new, and we are still lacking competencies. The processes are behind in development and the ways of working. All the codecs, we are still missing some, so we need to develop all these areas as we seek for more benefit from AI.
Yeah. So there is additional question from Nicola, right? So is there any training or course you recommend to get a better understanding the connection between project management and artificial intelligence? I think that this question goes for all of us. I can say that I know some good courses. I'm even including some that are connected with artificial intelligence in business and artificial intelligence for managers. For the artificial intelligence directly connected with project management, those who I've seen so far were kind of relatively, and I'm not sure if the superficial is the right word, but they were kind of, let's say, basic. So I'm also kind of searching. If you encounter something that is good, be free then to send a recommendation, and we will share it with our members. There are a lot of things that are happening currently around the world, and there are many online courses. But I think that somebody needs really to take time and go through all of them to have the final estimation of their quality. So I think that we are perfectly at the time that we plan to close the webinar. I can see that many of you already sent the request to us and that we are connected on LinkedIn. We have one last question from Mohammed. Maybe we have some time to answer it, how we can reflect the AI project management in contracts. What is the both parties' obligation? Oh, well, this is a big one. I think that there could be a lengthy answer to that. Maybe we'll try to write something down after the webinar. So it's 3 o'clock exactly. I will finish officially the webinar here. Hopefully we recorded everything. We had one stop, so it could be in the 2 different videos. And I would thank you all for the participation. I would like to thank Mila and Miko for their very nice presentations, and I hope to see all of you in the next 2 or 3 months on an additional webinar. And of course, we are going to communicate via other channels, mails, and social media. Thank you very much, and goodbye to everybody.